The most common question that I get asked is, should we be investing in these newest Scarlet and Violet sets? So today we are going to go through that, and the topic is waiting. Should we wait? Should we not wait? And in order to figure this out, we have to look into the past. So let's look at these Sword and Shield booster boxes. Now, a lot of these boxes, were up pretty high during the boom. When they first came out, people wanted them, pre-ordering. A lot of them were expensive. Boom died down, everything settled, and now I feel like this is true Pokemon fans. There's some people that are in it only for the money. Those are the investor bros. On our channel, we're fans first, collectors second, investors third. So we are going to look at these boxes. Every single booster box now is moving up. Like I said, I feel like this is just a natural rise. We're getting deep into Scarlet and Violet now. This happens every single time. Just like when I went out and bought my Unified Minds booster boxes at $150. Everything was just starting to move up a little bit. I'm like, all right, it's time. So, literally every box here. Let's just pick Lost Origin. Big fan of that. And this one wasn't moving too much last time I looked. But, as you can look now, it is for surely, was that 144, 151, but two people bought it at 165. So, it's a $165 booster box right now. Now let's look at 6 months. It's at 126. Let's look at a year. So yeah, 126 was its absolute lowest. So we're talking almost about a $40 difference within the year, which isn't a ton. But this is just the start. These boxes are going to be expensive. Let's just pick on one more. Fusion Strike. This box, well, I have a feeling I know why this box is doing good. Well, first of all, it has some awesome cards, the Gengar. But this is the best looking booster box we got in the whole Sword and Shield block. Every time I see a display case of booster boxes, they all look kind of the same. The Fusion Strike one pops out every single time. So I don't really like displaying booster boxes. You can't really even, from a distance, you can't tell what booster box it is. They all look the same. You can't really see any cool art. So the ETB is actually much better for display. But look at this box. 142, 171. You guys, people are buying this at 186. You can get it shipped for, wow, 190 right now on TCG Player. Wow. We gotta check Evolving Skies. Someone bought 3 at $777. 1 at $750, 2 at $630, so that's good. Could have been a little damaged, you never know. Yeah, they always got the loose packs on TCG Player, it drives me nuts. But that is just crazy. Went from 380 to 750 within the year. Now I remember people at this box when this was $200, people were like, nah, it's too expensive. Even at $350, you would basically doubling your money right now. When you're thinking of special sets like Evolving Skies, you could literally probably buy in right now. This box is going to be a $1,000 box. I would put my life on it. Says this box will be a $1,000 box. Not sure when, but it's just inevitable. Such a good set, and it's probably going to be worth even more than that. So, when you're dealing with these special sets, you have a lot more time to buy. Now, these other sets, I don't think they're going to get that expensive. They're printed a ton. Maybe down the road, I'm talking 10, 15 years down the road, they are going to be pretty expensive. But I feel like a lot of these booster boxes are going to be $200 to $250 for the next couple years, probably. So the question is, should we wait? Now, let's hop over to the Scarlet and Violet, and now look at these prices of these boxes. What are we doing? Is this even a question? If you have the money and you have the space, these are basically the cheapest they're going to be. Now, I say this all the time, TCG Player is not the best for prices. You can definitely find these things cheaper, especially if you buy in bulk. But Paldea Evolved, $105. Scarlet and Violet booster box. I want to make a whole video about this. Like $85. Temporal Force is a little more expensive because it's new. Just let that settle. You'll be able to pick that thing up for $90 also. Because Temporal Forces is not as good as Paradox Rift or Paldea Evolved. Or Scarlet and Violet, in my opinion. So, I do like Temporal Forces. I just don't think it's one of the best sets we've gotten so far. But here's the thing. Every set we've gotten so far is really good. Like, this era blows the first half of Sword and Shield out of the water. Like, it's not even remotely close. Go open Sword and Shield base set and pull a $10 gold card. It's just not great. Now, I know there's not a ton of value in this, but at least we're getting beautiful arts. And, like, picture Rebel Clash. Rebel Clash has the rainbow starters and stuff like that. Rebel Clash is the same as Paldea Evolved. They just didn't get the alt arts yet. So Paldea Evolved is kind of the same thing, but look at how many beautiful special illustration rares we got. It's not even comparable, you guys. And we're also getting gold cards. The best trainers we've ever gotten. These boxes are awesome. So if I were you, I would feel comfortable buying any box of the Scarlet and Violet era, like, at any time. If you can get this for the base price, like Paradox Rift booster box is down to $90. It's just crazy. Let's click on that. And I really like Paradox Rift because, yes, it does have newer Pokemon, but it has older Pokemon. It has the Tapu Koko. It has the Altaria, which I still have not seen in person yet. But let's see, the 2 unopened at $55. I don't know about that, but $88 shipped unopened. So yeah, when people ask me, should we wait? I always say if you can afford it and you have the space, don't go too crazy. Yes, buy it now. Don't spend all of your money. We even have another example here. Let's look at Celebrations, right? Nice and cheap. I mean, except for the UPC. And the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box is $110, so that's not bad. But I mean, the regular ETB's $70. It's getting up there. Now, I do think Celebrations promos kind of suck. I really feel like they dropped the ball. Like the Lance's Charizard and stuff like that. It's okay, but not a big fan, especially compared to Generations. Now, here's the Generations ETB. $600. Now, that does not mean Celebrations is automatically going to be $600. They printed way more Celebrations than they did Generations. And Generations has original arts. That's the one thing Celebrations really, really lacks on. It's so many reprints. If you collected it before, it doesn't really excite you that much. If you already have those cards in Vintage, not super excited to get it in Modern. That's why I do like Generations slightly better. But if you are not an Evolution fan, then you're probably going to like Celebrations better. So this is the 20th anniversary, if you guys didn't know. But yeah, $600 ETB. Look at these little boxes. This is why I said Celebrations promos suck. These are beautiful boxes. Like, it literally comes with like 2 packs. Of course, the picture's going to be blurry. Very nice promos. Like actual illustration rare type promos. But again, this is the 20th anniversary. Celebrations is the 25th anniversary. That's history. You can't sleep on history. A single booster pack goes for $45. Beautiful Mew card. So many good boxes, though. That's why Celebrations drove me nuts with these stupid boxes. Because I remember Generations. I opened a good amount of Generations, and yeah, Generations slightly better. But still, look at the Celebrations prices. There's a lot of cheap things here still. Let's see here. These little collection boxes, I'm sure they were $25. Let's see. Yeah, they're on the low right now, actually. Oh, maybe not. $30, $39, $36. So really not that bad. $33. So not too bad yet. Someone got one unopened for 27, 34. That's the thing. You just got to hunt. You can't just look at this number here and be like, that's the price. A lot of people do that. You cannot do that. So, I mean, this is a cool little box. It's got Charizard on it. It does have, that Lance's Charizard is a brand new card. It's just not really what we were looking for. Because again, Celebrations didn't really get that, the alt art treatment or anything like that. But again, so much value to be gained here. So I really feel like Celebrations is going to be, like, I could easily see the ETB, just a regular ETB being a $150 ETB, and the Pokemon Center one being like a $250 ETB. All these boxes, I could see them being, $50, $60, $70 in a year or two. So yeah, I honestly, I would never wait. The only time you should really wait is buying singles. You should honestly wait up to a year. You might miss out on a couple crazy cards that shoot up in price, but 99% of the time, you are going to save a ton of money doing that. But everything else, I would not wait. Like I said, if you got the money, if you got the space, pull the trigger. And you may think, Scarlet and Violet, people don't like it, the cards aren't worth a ton. It's because you guys are used to the Sword and Shield boom. This is regular time now. You can't, make a ton of money in a year or two. It's going to take years. Like, this is legit long-term investing Pokemon now. We're back to just the regular times. You got to be patient. Just because you don't like all the new Gen 9 Pokemon doesn't mean everybody else doesn't. Like, every kid in the world loves Miraidon and Koraidon. Like, they just love them. I've talked to a few. I have nephews and nieces and stuff like that. They just love them. And I get it. The Miraidon and the Koraidon is the only legendary we've ever gotten in a game where you can just ride them right off the bat. Can you name a game like that? Because I cannot. So, I really think these are really, really special Pokemon sets. And I think they're going to do great down the road. But it's going to be, when we're in Gen 10, it's going to be the same thing. Like, look at these now. People say Sword and Shield is so good, right? Everybody loves Sword and Shield. Everybody loves Sword and Shield. 6 months ago, a lot of these boxes were $120, $130, $140. I mean, Scarlet and Violet boxes are already $100, so it's not that big of a difference. But now, finally, when we're halfway through Scarlet and Violet, these Sword and Shield boxes are starting to move up. It's going to be the same thing with Scarlet and Violet when we're in Gen 10. It happens every single time, no matter what. And I don't care about print runs at all, really. There's plenty of Pokemon fans out there. It will eventually run out. And you just got to remember, though, it's long-term investing now. It's not going to be a year or two. It's 5 years minimum to see, like, real potential gain. I have a lot of Chilean Rain booster boxes, and it's been 4 years, I think, since I bought those, and now they're finally starting to gain value. So it takes a long time. But I promise you, when you really break down the Scarlet and Violet sets, like if you look at it from top, and you look at all the other sets, these are some of the best sets we've ever gotten. Yeah, it is a little more like the new generation heavy than we've gotten before, which is good for newer fans and like those younger kids. But I feel like when they do that, it's going to be a good thing. So when they do come out with a new set that is like a lot more Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, it's really, really going to pop off and feel special. Because we got Temporal Forces still, which is heavy Gen 9. Our next set is also going to be heavy Gen 9 because it's doing the Teal Mask DLC. I could see them doing a whole nother set on like the Indigo DLC, but hopefully they just combine those two DLCs into one, which I think they're going to. And then after that, I think we are going to get a crazy set. I'm not sure what it is, but I feel like they're kind of holding out. So it just dies down a little bit. The real fans, the newer people love the newer Pokemon, and then boom, they're going to drop that. It's probably going to be like another Evolution set or something crazy, or a Gen 2 set. You never know, but I really think Pokemon's going to pull something out crazy. And then still you got that Pokemon Pocket that's coming out. We have no announcement date on that. It just says 2024, but it could be maybe a set related to that. You never really know. But I feel like Pokemon at the end of this year is going to be just crazy. So yeah, those are my thoughts on waiting. I really think people are sleeping a lot of Scarlet and Violet sets. If you got the money, if you got the space, I guarantee you guys, especially if you can get a case, I know 90% of people cannot afford cases. If you can afford to get a case or even a few booster boxes, sellers will work with you. You know, they're sitting on a ton of these. They just want to move them. And then same with celebrations. I didn't have 151 on here. Same as 151. Anything 151 you guys can get at that base price, I would just be buying everything up now. You just don't want to miss out. Worst case scenario, you know, you buy it at its base price, its bottom price, it gets a reprint. You don't really lose any money. You're still sitting on sealed product. It just takes another extra couple years for you to make profit. That's all that's going to happen is if you buy early. But guess what happens if you don't buy early? You're going to end up like we were on the Sword and Shield booster box page when the Fusion Strike booster box is $185. The set where the guy literally stole thousands and thousands of alt arts right from the set. And that booster box is $185. Lost Origin, $165. Evolving Skies in the mid 700s. Like, this is crazy. So, yeah. Don't wait. If you got the money, do it now. We've seen it time and time again. And yes, we are printing a little more now than we were then. But, I mean, we were printing a ton of Sword and Shield. Evolving Skies is probably one of the most printed sets. And then I heard Temporal Forces is going to be a little, printed a little less. But still, it's going to be a ton. That just means it's going to take a little longer. That's all that means. It's not the end of the world. It just means it's going to take longer. So, definitely feel safe picking up anything Scarlet and Violet sealed right now. Especially if you can get it at that bottom price. Please do your research. I promise you will be shocked how much money you will save. So if you guys have any questions or comments, please let me know down below. My name is Pokebeard. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support, you can now become a member. I have tons of exclusive content. And you can ask me whatever you want Pokemon related. And if you'd like to check out my eBay store, we got 100% positive feedback with 21,000 items sold. You will not be disappointed. And if you guys want to check out the entire history of all ETBs, like, if you want to know the first ETB ever made, check out this video. Otherwise, have a great day. We'll see you later.